Hello, good evening, viewers. This is Oyekan Olebasi, your host. We are doing a book review today. We are continuing with our book review program today. Like you know, I have started my math class, GMath class precisely, you know, where I because of my new job of being a traveling agent, where we assist people to travel abroad. If you are not seeing the idea, you could consult us. Just consult us. We will help you to travel abroad. So I continue with my book review class as was before. And today we are reviewing this special book called Self Discipline. It is Self Discipline by Martins Meadows. Martins Meadows. Martin Meadows is a very great motivational speaker in America, where billionaires and multi-billionaires and millionaires, entrepreneurs, all walks of life, people goes to him for motivation. So he has encouraged people. His book is one of the best selling, this book on self-discipline, and that is why I said I should bring this book for we to review it. But this time there's going to be a little bit shift from the way we used to do things before. We are not going to review chapter by chapter. I'm going to just sit down here and review the entire book. The entire book, just summarize what I benefit. What I will be saying is subjective reasonings, what me in particular benefit, what benefits Nigeria, because I review books with the eyes of helping Nigeria. Well, with all that said, let's go straight to the book. The book is all about how to build self-discipline, resist temptation, and reach your long-term goal. You see, between the time of your goal conception and goal achievement is discipline. The thin line there is discipline before you achieve your goal. So that is, if you are not disciplined, forget about dreaming in the first place. That is what we are talking about. Develop yourself to the point that you have pleasure in disciplining yourself just for the joy of that discipline. This is where we must all get to. You develop yourself. You stop eating food just to build yourself. In fact, discipline is important for health reason. So a disciplined man would not often be sick or tired. Discipline is important to build friendship. If you build friendship, somebody have said that if you focus on your focus, people who are focused will focus on you. So discipline will help people to focus on you and all of these things. Now, one of the first lesson that I learned is that the 80 to 20 principles that said that 80% results come from 20% of activities that we learned. That is chapter 1. 80% of result, for instance, I want to build house, I want to have a car, I want to do, come from just 20% attitudes, 20% of concentrated attitude that I build. What is this thing trying to say? This is trying to say that you don't need to develop much attitude. You don't need to develop more attribute. You just need one focus. You don't need to learn how to do akara, do bread, do yam, do be traveling agent, be mechanic, be this. Just focus on only one 20%, and then develop it. Then it will give you the rest of 80% of things. You don't need to be perfect in not just be perfect in one thing that people need, and then you will make all the difference. Self-discipline is having one focus and paying your entire attention towards that one focus. You just have just one focus. My focus is to review books to this my generation. My focus is to help poor people. My focus is to teach. My focus is a medical doctor. That is my career. Could also be your focus. Anything could be your focus. Just let your focus, the centrality of each one focus should be what benefit the society, what will add value to the society. That is what should. Now, for discipline to make you to achieve your goal, you need to know that discipline in achieving goal is relating to habit. You need to develop habit. That is what discipline actually helps us to do. Now we know that habit It takes 66 days, according to Harvard Business School. It takes 66 days to build habit, to develop habit. So if I do something recurrently for 66 days, it will become an habit. It will become an habit. So I will not be able to go back. So what we'll be mentioning, because we'll be pointing out areas of discipline in this book, so that you will know that when you do it consistently for 66 days, you will develop such habit. Now, habit is the greatest thing you need to build or cultivate to be successful. Wow, that is great. Habit is just the greatest thing you need to know to be successful. Key store habit. Now let's go ahead and look at the key habit that this Martins Meadows introduced to us. Meditation. One of the best habits you need to know is meditation. You need to meditate at least 5 minutes in a day. Meditation means where you just sit down, copying the past to the present. For instance, you have a mission. So you have a mission, like to write a book. You sit down remembering your mission. That is what I mean, copying the past to the present. You sit down remembering your mission and adding flesh to the mission. Reviewing, evaluating your days, your activities, planning your days effectively. That is meditation. Another key stone habit, that is key habit that you should develop, is waking up early. You remember the 5 o'clock 5 a.m. principle that I discussed the other time. That is the waking up early. Learn habit of waking up early before others wake up. Somebody has said that those who wake up in the morning and become rich didn't sleep in the night. So before that wake up, you have already waked up and prepare your day. Now, if you wake up 5 o'clock, for instance, let's share your minute to 20 minutes. This man help us to share the minute. The first 20 minutes to do exercise, like brushing teeth. If you are a Christian, you can pray, sing, dance. Let your body wake up to reality. You could also take your bath. All those things are exercise. The second minute is to review your previous activities. That is, did I fail yesterday? What was the mistake? Applaud yourself if you actually make some success. Then the third 20 minutes is to review, move forward, add new things, build new habit. And then the third is to plan your day. Before, don't ever leave your meditation, your seat early in the morning without planning your days. A planless days is a wasted day. Now, trying new things. Number 3 key habit that we should develop is trying new things. Trying to do everything new. If you watch my life, you will see that that is one thing that I often do. Even in YouTube channel, I am often trying new things, reviewing new books, teaching math, doing all those things. So maybe I might be on the way, but you too can do even more than me. Another key habit is saving money for every day, even if it's five naira, if you are in Nigeria, or $5, if your currency is in dollar or pounds. Even if it's $5, be saving it every day or every week or every month. Just let it be a consistent habit. That is the key milestone discipline. So what we are talking about here is key discipline. This is like primary one discipline before we even begin to go on specific discipline that relates to your goal. Another thing is express gratitude. Thank yourself for any of your achievement. Another key habit that you need to develop, another key discipline, is to develop habit of appraising anybody, any little good thing that you see. If you see a leaf that grows well, thank God or thank nature. If you see somebody who dress very well, appreciate that person. If you see anything, that is another key. That is a fundamental discipline. Another thing is prayer, fasting and meditation, such as in prayer. The Christian we could call it prayer. Fasting, learn how to shift your meal, how to shift eating to another point. Now let's quickly go to chapter 2 and see whether I actually benefit anything. Now chapter 2 is, what is your why? What is your why? Now, what is your why simply means, why am I living? Why am I on social media? Why am I breathing? Why am I eating? Why am I? Everything must be purposive. What is your why? Including the clothes that you wear, must be purposive. That is what is your why. Now, so getting a mission is not the key. So even when you know your why, like what is your mission, it is not actually the key. To You should not leave your seat without planning how to achieve it. Now let's say mission is like motor. You compare mission to car, to motor. Let's say I have a mission, I want to buy a motor. If I want to buy a motor, like me say Sienna, I want to buy a motor Sienna. It is not enough for me to say I want to buy a motor Sienna. How to manage it? Buying the motor is just 20%. How to take care of it, the fuel, the mechanic, the road, the driver's license, how not to jam person is the key thing to the mission. So the mission alone, your mission of maybe you want to start a church, maybe you want to start a business, that is not the key. But how to manage, sustain, how to develop it, how to cope, how to beat your competitors, the planning, the programming is the key according to what he is talking about. And of course, you need to be selective. You need to be selective in everything that you do. Select the social media, select by asking yourself why. The why should correlate with your vision. If it does not correlate with your vision, anything that you lay your hands on does not contribute to your long-term goal. For instance, I want to stop unemployment problem in Nigeria. Whatever I do daily, my food, my clothes, everything should be targeted towards solving unemployment. So that is what we actually learn from chapter 2. Of course, we learn other things like end your morning activities with planning your other days, all of those things that we've said earlier on. So let's just run to chapter 3. This book ends in chapter 7, so we need to be fast about it. Chapter 3, your enemy and your friends. Your enemy and your friends. So here we are talking about I will add chapter 4 and chapter 3 and chapter 5 together, because chapter 5 is talking about self-discipline is contagious, and here is talking about your enemies and your friend. So what are we talking about here? We are talking about building your friends. Somebody have said that you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. So if you hang around with 5 smokers, you will most likely become a smoker. If you hang around with 5 people who read, you most likely become a reader. So your enemy. But the good news is that you could create your environment. You could put a block to your life. Let me say I want to be reviewing books, I want to be start a business, but there is no entrepreneur around my environment. Social media has made it so good for we to develop a kind of right attitude that we wear. You can join some group that talk about your mission on Facebook. You don't need to have friends at all in this our social media day. Your social media could be Facebook. You could watch only videos of people that you really want to influence. Watch only YouTube videos of people that you really want to adapt their their habit, their trait in your life. That is, you need to at least have one person that motivates you. Of course, you need to have one person that push you, like a mentor, like a role model. That, for instance, I want to become the richest, I want to be among the richest. You need to pick one richest, maybe Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. But of course, you know my mentor is definitely Dr. Sunday Adelaja. Okay, now let's go to chapter 4. 5 practice ways to train your self-discipline. Now, what are the 5 practice ways to train your self-discipline? I will just rush this because this may... Meditation, of course, we have talked about meditation. Cool shower, that is early morning. Cool shower simply means you use cold water to bathe. According to this man, it builds your discipline. So you remove water in the fridge, you use it to bathe. So it's, according to this man, it builds your disciplined mind, because it will shock you and then you pour the second one, all of those things like that. Fasting could also build your discipline. Suspending food, all that is fasting. Control small things, the kind of clothes you wear, the kind of water you drink, all of those things, and then go beyond your limit. Maybe you wanted to read a book today, you go beyond it. So those are the things. Now, chapter 6 talk about 7 traps that challenge your self-discipline. Now, what are the danger? What are the things you should watch for? What are the traps that challenges your self-discipline? Number 1, instant gratification. You want everything now. You don't want to plan for the future. Don't wait until you feel like doing it. Don't wait until a comfortable time. That could also thwart your self-discipline. So we have number one is instant gratification. You don't want everything now. You don't plan about the future. You would not be disciplined. Number two, don't wait until you feel good before you do things. Start doing things, then you will feel good, because the hardest time to do things is the starting. To continue is very easy, but to start is always. Somebody has said that if you start a job, you are 70% already achieve it. Now, false to be lying. Another thing that could build your self-discipline is that could hinder your self-discipline is lying, committing sin, just doing things carelessly. Another thing is putting to use what you learn. If you don't put to use what you learn, you just keep learning. Like you are listening to this video, you don't put to use what you learn, it could do your self-discipline. Another thing is, don't be tired for small thing. Don't get tired. Build your capacity such that you don't get tired for little thing. Another thing is doing particular things, no matter how, no important things regularly, out of willing to your choice. Do things just to benefit others. That is what this place is talking. Do things just to benefit others. It may not really be your choice. Then let's go to chapter 7 quickly. Tips and tricks to stay disciplined. Tips and tricks to stay disciplined. Make yourself accountable. Now, the first thing is to make yourself accountable. Make a friend. For instance, make yourself accountable means using an alarm to wake up. Make yourself accountable means, if I don't read one book, give somebody money, maybe your salary. If I don't read one book, use my salary, go and use my salary to do anything. Make yourself accountable means, if I don't read book, I will not brush my teeth. I will carry that smelly mouth everywhere I go through all the day, until I read at least one chapter of a book. That is how to make yourself accountable. So make yourself accountable. Number two, put a roadblock. For instance, if you want to develop habit of stopping to watch porn, block yourself from groups that exposes you. Any of your friend that motivate you, that talk all those kind of talk, that motivate, that